Hi guys, it's Shell, Heart of It All Custom Creations. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button to see future videos. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So today I am doing you'll see. I can't even explain it. So I found this case on Temu and I thought it would make an absolutely adorable tumbler. So that's what we're going to do. And the first thing I'm going to do is just start taping this thing using painter's tape just to kind of map out where I want things to go. It's not going to be the exact replica of this, but it's going to be pretty close. So that's what I'm doing here, is just taping all of this off. So I'm taking this painter's tape and I'm gonna put it over where I know I want the little lightning bolt things to go. And I'm pretty sure throughout this process, I do change my mind on a few things here and there because it's not going to be exact. There's adjustments that need to be made. So I'm just winging this as I go along, kind of doing a rough draft of where I do want things to go. Now, the part that is open on the bottom, I knew I wanted the leopard print to go there. So I'm also just taking painter's tape around the top, and I'm going to do like the little squiggly lines that are at the top of the case. So I do just sort of randomly do this. It's like I said, it's not going to be an exact replica, but it's going to be pretty close. You'll know where I got the inspiration from. So I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint, and this is in Cashew, and I knew it would give me that tan color as the base of the leopard prints. So the only glitter all over the tumbler I'm going to use is Flurries by Peachy Olive Glitters, but then for the cheetah print, I do use a couple other glitters, but they're all from Peachy Olive Glitters. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove part of the tape so I could do the cow print. And I knew that I wanted it to be a good portion of it, but not the whole going all the way around. But it is a good portion of it. And I just use some just acrylic white paint to use as my adhesive. I probably could have gotten by with using the glitter glue, but I wanted to move on this area a lot quicker than the glitter glue would have given me. So that's why I used the white acrylic paint. And I'm just being very careful when I go up against those because I'm not going to be using any vinyl lining at all to separate this. And again with the flurries, and then I'm going to let that completely dry before I move on with the cow print. And here I'm just kind of adjusting where I want things. So here I'm going to mix up a little bit of this turquoise paint, and I add like a smidge of blue and mix that together, and it still wasn't the color that I was looking for. Then I add a little teeny tiny bit of black and white in there, and it gave me more of the gray blue, I guess, that I was looking for. Gray, green, whatever color, but so I'm going to go ahead and paint that and use the flurries to glitter over that as well. What I like about using the flurries over the painted, it looks like I'm using multiple different colors of glitters when I'm only using one. That flurries takes on the color underneath, and it's just perfect. So here I mixed up a little bit of orange and pink and red, I think, to make it kind of like a dark peach color. And I'm just going around the lines. Sorry, I'm out of frame. But I do end up coming back into frame. But then I go out and then I go back in. It's a mess. But for this particular dark color, I will use it for the lighter color as well. And I'll just add a ton of white into it. These colors aren't exact, but they are close enough. So there I'm adding white to lighten this up, to make it more of a peachy color. Add a little bit of red to give it more of the coral peach color that I'm looking for. And when I'm happy with that, I will paint the skinnier lines on that and the rest of the tumbler, the bottom. Now for the white at the top of the little squiggly lines, I am using the glitter glue here because I have time to wait for that. Nothing else is going to be going in that, so I do paint that and then use the flurries again, and then I do once over of the entire tumbler to make sure that I didn't miss any spots. And this is what we're looking at so far. Like I said, it's not an exact replica, but I'm happy with how it's turning out, especially with not having a template. So I'm going to let this completely dry before I move on. So it is dry, and I did pull out my Let's Resin black alcohol ink, and I'm just going to do the cow spots using that instead of using vinyl. I like how much more organic that the alcohol ink gives it, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm constantly moving this because of where it likes to travel. I did not want it going into the other glitters. It doesn't take long for that to dry. So now I'm going to go ahead and start on my leopard. I'm going to be using these two from Peach Olive Glitters. The brown, I believe, is Bronzer, and the black is Batman. And I'm just using a brown acrylic paint and mixed in with some glitter glue. And I'm going to start with the spots. I take a very, very small brush, and I'm just pouncing this paint on there in no certain pattern, just all over the place. And then I do take the bronzer, and while the paint is still wet, put that on and then tap off the excess. I had already sealed this with Rustoleum clear coat. That way any of the darker glitters would not stick to the other spots that I didn't want it to. So now moving on to the black, and I just use the same paint. The black is dark enough that you're not going to be able to tell anyway, and I just do the little things around the spots. And I do this all over this entire side. So I brush away as much as I can, let this completely dry. Once that is fully dry, I do brush away the rest of the glitter. And then I will seal this 2 times with Rustoleum clear coat to make sure that that won't travel when I'm epoxying. Once that is done, I do add 2 coats of epoxy to this. And here is the first of the 2 coats. I normally don't show you guys me epoxying, but I figured it wouldn't hurt. I just usually start at the top, go around, and then move my way down, and then hit the bottom, and then smooth it from bottom to top, back and forth, just to make sure that I get an even coat. once I'm happy with the coverage of the epoxy, I will take my torch and pop any bubbles that there might be. After its second coat, it's time to add my decals. So I'm using white permanent vinyl for the stars, which I thought I filmed and I didn't. So sorry about that, but I just randomly put them around, and the lightning bolts. I'm just putting those on to the peach side. And I used a dark peach, or maybe it's a coral, to do like the outline of the lightning bolt. And then I do it on the bottom as well. Now that that's on, I am going to seal this with the CCDiy quick coat to make sure that none of that vinyl lifts, and give it one coat of epoxy. Now that that coat of epoxy is done, I am taking a permanent marker and adding little dots. I'm going to do the rest off camera, and then this is what we have. I am going to seal this with Rustoleum clear coat, which probably was not the smartest thing. Some of them ran or got bigger. I don't know why, but another final coat of epoxy, and this is what we have. And I am absolutely obsessed with this. I'm so happy how this turned out. It's good enough for me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a great big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. This tumbler will be available on the website if you are interested. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.